CNBC, guys. CNBC, always ahead of the curve. CNBC, Jim Cramer. Just 8% of Americans have a positive view on cryptocurrencies now, CNBC survey finds. Key points. 8% of the American public have a positive view of cryptocurrencies, down from the 19% in March, according to the latest CNBC All-America Economic Survey. Americans with a negative view of cryptocurrencies jumped to 43%, up from 25% in March, the survey showed. The All-America Economic Survey was conducted November 26th through 30th of 800 Americans and has a margin of error of plus minus 3.5%. So after a series of crypto collapses, scandals, and bankruptcies, Americans' view on cryptocurrencies have soured sharply, with the CNBC All-America Economic Survey finding a majority favoring strong regulation. The survey shows 43% of the public with a negative view of cryptocurrencies, up from 25% in March. The percentage with a positive view plummeted to just 8% from 19%. And those who are neutral fell almost in half to 18% from 31%. It's a dramatic fall for an investment that was touted as its own asset class and had a celebrated coming out party on the global stage with multiple Super Bowl ads and celebrity endorsements. The popularity attracted many ordinary Americans to crypto, and the survey shows 24% of the public invested in, traded, or used cryptocurrency in the past, up from 16% in March. The survey of 800 Americans nationwide was conducted in November 26th through, we read that. It's a 90% retail market. That's interesting, which means the sentiment of mom and pop investors really matters. Brian Brooks, the CEO of Bitfury and the former comptroller of the currency, said at this week's CNBC Financial Advisor Summit. And so when you read FTX stories on the front page of the Wall Street Journal literally every day for the past 30 days, what it does is for relative new entrants, they get what it does is for relative new entrants, they get scared. And so as a result, liquidity is thinner than it would have been, and people's willingness to invest is lower. Whether a respondent is invested in crypto or not, they are likely to favor regulating it as stringently as stocks or bonds. The survey found 53% of the public saying crypto should have the same or greater regulation and oversight as stocks and bonds. That includes 21% of adults, 16% of crypto investors who want more regulation. Negative views on crypto at the same time as the public has soured on stocks. Just 26% say now it is a good time to invest in equities. So you got 26% saying equities, it's a good time. When the S&P 500 is down 25, 30%, nobody wants to buy. When it's up at all-time highs, everybody wants to buy. Don't be like everybody. Be like nobody. Buy Hex, not financial advice. Just 26% now say now is a good time to invest in equities, down 2 points from the last quarter survey, and the most pessimistic level registered in the 15-year history of the survey. 51% say it is a bad time to invest. The third highest survey's history, bested only by the downbeat result of the prior two surveys. So Ben, what are your thoughts? What are your immediate thoughts on this?
Well, their sample size is 800 people, first of all, and now this is how misleading this stuff is. It's like only 8% of Americans have a positive view of cryptocurrencies. We asked 800 people. It's like there's like hundreds of millions of people in the United States. So that just makes me laugh, first of all.
It makes kind of sense, though, because the market's down.
It does, but yeah, just seeing that is just funny how I don't know, mainstream publications do that. It's like, I just asked 5 people, and I'm going to tell everyone that 5,000 people think what these 5 people just told me. It's like, how does that make any sense? But it seems like it makes sense. Like the numbers make sense, I guess. I think they said 24% didn't it say 24% of people had invested or done something in crypto? That sounds kind of high. I don't know if it's like that high.
That was back. I think that was back like a couple months ago or something.
Right. Yeah. But even then, I mean, I guess if that includes like people who threw $10 in on Coinbase or something, you know what I mean? Then that would make sense. But
I mean, I'll tell you, I see really the market psychology really playing out in the sense that, like Richard Hart always says, it always comes back to his like points. It's that people like buying tops and selling bottoms. And being that we're sticking around in this environment, I think that's very optimistic for me, and I think that that goes to show that 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 seemingly we're in the right place. You know, being here when the bear market comes around. I mean, you see that like everybody wants to everybody really wants to buy crypto when the price is up, and nobody wants to buy it when the price is down, because just that's really the way the world works. But something interesting that I found in the article was they talked about regulation.
Mhm.
Um, so it says the survey found 53% of the public saying they should have the same or greater regulation as stocks and bonds, and 21% of all adults and 16% of crypto investors who want more regulation. Um, that was interesting to me because I do remember I was watching Gareth Soloway, and he was talking about how regulation was going to be really the bottom. Like that was what was really going to bring back crypto. So I
Mhm.
guess what's your take on the regulation?
Well, it's funny. I was like just talking to my mom on the phone about this morning, and I was like, literally, like, I think most people want transparency on what's okay and what's not okay. Like, I think Coinbase went to the SEC or something, and they're like, "Hey, we want to offer like 3 or 4% on stablecoin," and then she was like, "No, you can't do that." Blah blah blah. But then Celsius and FTX and all these other and BlockFi were offering like all kinds of interest, yield, whatever, and it's like, how is that? And then they all implode, and they it's just there's no transparency. No one knows what's okay, what's not okay. I just think they don't understand this stuff at all. But I mean, I would like some sort of standard of what's okay and what's not okay, because they're just throwing out these random rulings like the library case where they were like, what they ruled in the library case would classify like every crypto as a security.
Yeah,
It just it so much doesn't make sense. I think it'd be a bullish thing, a good thing overall, and I think they just don't understand this stuff well enough to even regulate it. Because like we just saw that European guy was like, we need to ban cryptocurrencies. It's like, how are you going to do that, dude? I don't think he even understands what this stuff is. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
yeah, I in principle, I'm in favor of regulation, but the problem is they never do regulation right, and I think a lot of that is because of lobbying. You know, just some people are in on it. Some people, some people have scratched the backs of people in DC and things like that, and some people haven't. And I think that's really what it comes down to when it comes to regulation. Also,
Yeah,
like, so if it's really the exchanges that are doing all these shady things, then why do the users have to get KYC'd and AML'd, and why do the users have to, you know, you know, have like no privacy? They don't get to use these mixers and things like that. But like why shouldn't the regulation go more towards the institutions, the centralized exchanges and things like that? Like are they not getting something right here? Why is it the people that are following the rules and the people that aren't screwing everyone over, why are those the people that have to pay? Doesn't make any sense. But in theory, I'm
it
for
doesn't.
regulation. Like I don't want any FTX situation. Like I don't want 100x leverage trading on centralized exchanges. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all like who pays who and who scratches whose back, and that's just how things work. Sadly,
Yeah,
even outside of crypto regulation, just everything is that's just the world we live in now.
yeah, very true. We got 50 watching. Please, if you're enjoying, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go over to Ben's channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and put your email down in the description. Get on my email list. I'd really appreciate it.